Hello everyone, this is Nnena.
Hi, I'm Ngozi,
And welcome back to Ejima.
our channel. So today we're going to talk about, as you can see, we have a hat on. It's Christmas season. We're in the spirit of Christmas. So today we're going to talk specifically about Christmas in a Nigerian-American, I guess. Yeah, Nigerian-American household. Like growing up, how we were like more excited about Christmas, the gifts, all of that, and now that we're older, it's like I'm still trying to get into the spirit, still trying to like understand that, like, you know, it's Christmas, like it's fun, like everything is exciting, like there's like a light show like literally down the street from us, and like we haven't even gone to it. It's just there's no Christmas decorations in our house, none. Like my brother found these hats for us like yesterday. Like there's not a tree, there's not anything that you would walk in this house and know that it's Christmas. Like it's Christmas season, it's the time to be joyful, time to be merry. So we're just wanted to talk about what we think really, and what really made us, like not made us, but particularly a lot of people like maybe around our age, a lot of like Nigerian Americans, why something like Christmas is not that big of a deal here in America. So how do you feel about Christmas?
I think the number one thing is that like this is the first holiday season I'll be here with in the last 3 years.
Mine's last 2 years.
So I just think that like at this point, even before we started going to Nigeria or whatever, or trying to be in touch with our roots, I don't really feel like we do much for Christmas here. Like I feel as if it's, I don't know, like our household might be a little different, you know, we're in a single family household and whatnot, my mom works, but I feel like Christmas is really just like, I remember just watching NBA games as an adult. Like just maybe having some family over, you cook some food, but it's nothing like,
it's not a big deal.
It's not really like a, it's not really a big deal, especially if you're in the healthcare field. People still go to work.
Like I'm working Christmas, so it's like,
did you choose to work or you have to work?
No, I was put on the schedule. Yeah, I'm working on Christmas. I'm working on Christmas, honestly, to me, like I'm not even looking at it like it's like a net. Like I feel like some people are like, oh my god, I don't want to work Christmas. Like, oh my god, like they will like try to switch your people, do all these craziness. I work 2 days for you.
Why do you work until you work Thanksgiving too?
Get it for one, yeah. Dude, I picked that up though. I was on the schedule though. But like even stuff like that, holidays, I just feel like it. Like I'm looking at Christmas like, oh okay, I'm working. At least they're gonna pay me time and a half. It's almost like I don't even care for like being at home because like I know I won't be doing anything special. It's not gonna really be. It's not gonna be anything I'm missing. And I just wonder like, is it? I think part of it. I'm not gonna speak for every like Nigerian American because I know there's people who take the Christmas and holidays like this very seriously. They have parties, they do a lot, but I think part of it is being like a first generation like American, and I just feel like growing up, a lot of these holidays, Christmas is different because it is a holiday that's celebrated like worldwide. It's not something like Thanksgiving where we only celebrate in America. But I feel like holidays are something that like we don't really take as serious as like other people do. If that makes sense, unless maybe you're in Nigeria. Like I know like Christmas in Nigeria is a big deal. Everyone goes back to where they're from and everyone's with their family. But I feel like once you're already here, it's like, it's just like, it's almost like another day. And like I said, our careers may have an effect on that too because all of us are in healthcare. So like healthcare, you're essential personnel. You never really have it. Like holidays don't mean anything for you.
But I'm off.
Yeah, she's off. But like my mom may still be working. Like you don't like the holidays. Is not like, oh, you know you're gonna be off. Oh, okay, you know you'll have this weekend off.
Also, I think holidays getting older, for a lot of people, I think can start getting depressing, or like people get like holiday blues because at a certain point in your life you're thinking like, wow, okay, right now if you had little kids, I think the house would be more exciting.
Definitely.
Or you had family.
Not put a tree up.
Yeah, or like you had a, like I just feel like at a certain age, especially getting older, you're a woman, you're in like your 20s. I think I'm like, wow, like I wish I had someone, or like, you know, I wish maybe I settled down by now. I wish I had like a life partner by now because as you get older, I feel like all these holidays just become, they're very family oriented.
Definitely.
And like if you're getting older, like people are, I don't know how to explain. Like if you're getting older, you gotta grow out of it kind of. And I feel like the way to get you back in it would be having little kids.
Yep.
Like you would feel like you have to have a tree. I have to decorate.
I have to go and buy my kids gifts.
I have to take them Christmas carol. I have to take them to see the lights.
To see Santa.
I have to take them to see Santa. But at this point, just like, okay, like I'm excited to go to church, whatever. Like that's something I do every week. So it's not something that you're doing just because it's Christmas. It's nothing like, oh my gosh, Christmas. Maybe, you know, last week they had the Sound of Music on. It's just like the Christmas Christmas time is nice. There's a lot of parties, everyone's celebrating, a lot of good food, but at the end of the day, it's like that's not really what Christmas is about, honestly. But I don't know. I think that a lot of people subconsciously don't enjoy the holidays because they get holiday blues, and they may not even realize that they're getting down more around the holidays than they usually do. First off, over here during holidays it gets cold. So Christmas basically marks the first day of winter, or like the beginning of winter and whatnot. It's okay, it's cold. Right now, if you're on Instagram like us, people just be oppressing you with all their pictures. It seems like everyone's in Africa.
Yes, everyone's enjoying hot weather and your hair freezing.
So it's like, okay, everyone's like, you're thinking, okay, a lot of people are away. So even if you want to have like a holiday party, or you have certain things, it's like, okay, a lot of people won't even be around. Because literally a lot of people will be in Africa, or so a specific country that they're from. And then also too, like I said before, it's just like you start thinking about, I feel like I start thinking around holidays, it's easy to start thinking about your future.
It's a reminder.
It's a reminder,
like a reminder.
Like, wow, I need to start family.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting older, like, I need to settle down. And like people may not want to admit it, but I definitely think the holidays get you in that mode. And then I don't know, like I just feel like I don't know.
I also think I point which I made, like the whole point of this video is talk about like celebrating Christmas or holidays in general as like a Nigerian-American. I think a lot of it is cultural. Like you come here, you have parents that are coming here, they're coming here to survive, they're coming here to work, they're coming here to make money, take care of their families, maybe supporting family back home. I feel like we don't really take holidays as big of a deal, like as like Americans will take a holiday, because that's a part of their culture. But for us, it's like this whole, Christmas, you go see Santa. Like, that's an American culture. That's not something, my mother didn't grow up going to see Santa Claus for Christmas when she was a child. So all these things are American things they didn't really do. So it's hard for you to implement that with your kids because you didn't grow up doing those things. So they don't think, some parents, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but some parents are not thinking it's that big of a deal. They may not care for going to see the lights, or they may not care for taking you to go see Santa. They may not care about putting up a tree or wrapping. They may give you presents and just put a Macy's bag under a tree, and you already see everything in it. Like they may not care about going that extra mile to wrap it up and put that bow and do all of that because they don't. To them, like they may have not grew up like that. So to them, that's not really important. So I think we can't forget, besides the emotions and the blues of that, I feel like we can't forget the fact that a lot of it is cultural. Like the whole celebrating of holidays, especially at least like the American way. I feel like a lot of our parents, a lot of like people who immigrated to America, like they just don't really value all these things that Americans value. Like of course some people learn and they get really into it. I can't speak for everyone, but I feel like a lot of people their parents didn't grow up doing all these things. So subconsciously, if you grew up in a household where holidays weren't made that big of a deal, it's normal that you won't take holidays that big of a deal because you weren't raised with people taking holidays. Same with birthdays. A lot of us grew up with birthdays like not being a big deal. Like your mother may not even remember your birthday, your father may not remember your birthday. Like they don't really. The way it's not, I feel like it's a cultural thing.
It's an American thing.
Yeah, a birthday is like an American thing. Even when I hear like seeing a Nigerian celebrating a birthday, I think it's weird. I grew up thinking like, that's an American thing. You celebrate your birthdays, you do big things. Like I feel like there is just like it's just different. Of course now everything is different. You have social media, people are trying to be more Western, everyone's trying to fit in and assimilate. So of course you have the people like, oh my birthday, yeah I'm celebrating, trying to act like that's what the normal person does. But let's be real, like a lot of people grew up, maybe their parents didn't celebrate their birthdays. Their birthday was just another day to them. So of course it makes sense that you grew up and not celebrate your kid's birthday or not really care for it as much because it was something that you grew up and not really.
And I think the other thing about the holidays, at least here, anywhere in general where you have time off, is that sometimes having time off is good to relax, but some people don't like having time off because it makes you think too much.
Yeah.
Like if you're used to working so much, you work 12-hour shifts a day, then on the weekends you're playing catch up, you're doing laundry, you're cooking, you want to hang out with friends. It's like you have a lot of time to not think about
going through the motions.
Yeah, you have a lot of time to not think about things that might really be hurting you or things that might really be bothering you. But holiday season, literally, you're off. You're doing nothing. You know what I mean? For the most part, some offices are closed for 1 to 2 weeks. So this time while you're home, it's like wow,
reflection.
You have a lot of time to really reflect.
Yeah.
Then like the New Year's coming up, you think like wow, like what did I accomplish this year?
How much money did I save? How much weight did I lose? How many of my goals did I achieve? How many of my New Year's resolutions did I accomplish?
Am I still single? I was single in the beginning of the year. Wow, I didn't meet anyone. Like you really start having time to really think about, and
it can make you anxious. It can make some low key, can make you really anxious, make you sad.
Okay, so what are some tips to deal with holiday blues, whether anxiety, depression, just feeling a little under the weather, I would say the number one tip I would, in my personal opinion, I think detoxing from social media would help.
Yes.
I think this is a time that if you really would stand and take a break from social media, I want to stop going to
delete
Instagram,
a few apps.
I deleted WhatsApp today because it just, I realized, I don't know if anyone has an iPhone, updated it, and you could do like the what's it called, the
Screen time.
the screen time. Yeah, so I realized last week I said my screen time went up by how many and how much, like 1 hour, blah blah blah, and like WhatsApp is like what I'm using the most, mind you. I just don't even understand. It's just a bunch of group chats in there. It's a bunch of, I don't even understand how that's possible, in my opinion. Is something wrong with your throat?
No, I just don't understand how it's possible either. So
I just realized today I'm deleting WhatsApp. Listen, anyone ever does to talk to me, they iMessage me. I have an iPhone. Hit me up on iMessage. You have a Droid, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I just feel as if like I have a weird thing. Like every time I go on WhatsApp, even if there's one message, I have to open the app. Like I don't like seeing the alert. I don't like seeing the message. And then you just go, there's just so much like distraction, so much just people just text you, forward you a bunch of rubbish. I deleted the app, and it's actually like, wow, like what if someone's trying to talk to me? I have people that are in Nigeria, friends I've traveled, like literally they don't have an iPhone, but they won't be able to talk to me. I'm like, honestly, it'll be fine.
The number one reason for doing that deleting is so that you don't start playing that comparison game, because a lot of social media, nothing is good or bad, is how we use it, right? But we know that people are overusing social media. So a lot of times you can go on that, especially during the season, and people are posting their best life and people are doing everything. It's very easy for you to start doing that comparison game. So that's, I think, that whole deleting a couple app or a couple, or even if you can limit your time. Like everyone's not going to be able to just go to cold turkey. I'm going to delete this app. We know a lot of people. Come on, 2018. Like,
especially when you're off, you have so much time.
So maybe you say, okay, I'm going to be on Instagram only 15 minutes a day. Like you give yourself a set amount of time. You realize like, wow, if you really limit yourself, you realize how much time you're spending on it before, and you're like, yo, like this is nothing compared to what I was doing before. And maybe you're just using it just to see what's going on, because that's another good thing about social media. It keeps you in the loop, but you're not there like hours and hours compare yourself to other people.
Okay. And so tip number 2, I would personally say, is focus on accomplishing a task for the break. For example, I need to finish this book like by the middle of this week. So like literally tomorrow and Christmas I don't have plans. So I could probably just stay home all day. And if I wanted to, I probably really could read like 100 pages plus a day. Because I don't have anything else that I plan on doing. So maybe if there's a series that you've wanted to start watching,
binge watch that.
Start watching it and binge watching it. Or if there's something like, like something that takes time.
Yeah.
Like you don't have the time when you go during the week to watch a show every day, maybe if you work long hours. So I would say like finish something, like finish a book, finish a series, just finish something that you need a good amount of time, like take advantage of this time, and instead of just sitting around and like being on social media for 8 hours a day, and that time you could like watch a whole series.
Alright, yeah, definitely. And then number 3, what I would say is during this time, it's so important to reach out to people. Because it is the holiday season, and you have family, you have friends, and sometimes you don't realize we can isolate ourselves. So you may be feeling a little down.
So spend time with friends.
It may be that time. It may be the time just to text a friend you haven't heard from in a while, or call a cousin you haven't seen in a while, or check up on that aunt that you may have not heard from in a year or two. And just those little conversations can make the biggest difference and really help with your mood and make you really feel more in the spirit. Because let's be real, Christmas is about family. It's about holidays for the most part are about family. It's about being and celebrating with your family. So you may be feeling those blues because you feel disconnected from your family, because you feel estranged from them, because you feel alone, because you don't feel as if you're seeing them as much, or you feel like you've lost in contact with them. So I would definitely suggest, even if it's just one person that you normally wouldn't speak to frequently, someone that you don't talk to every day or every week, just one person
that you're having issues with.
Yeah, maybe something that you have an issue, someone that you may have a grudge with, someone you had a disagreement with, or someone that you guys are not on speaking terms. Just pick one person that you don't talk to normally and just reach out to them.
And the last tip I would say is remember the reason for the season.
Yes,
like it's not about buying that new iPhone that's $1,000.
Yes.
It's not about
Christmas.
It's not about ugly sweater parties. Like it's not about like holiday dinners. Yeah, that's all nice and that's fun and all, but honestly that's not what Christmas really is truly about. Like Christ is the reason reason for Christmas, like Christmas. Like that's the reason why we're really celebrating Christmas. So I feel like in America, people get so carried away with the materialist. It's honestly disgusting to me. Like the malls are so crowded, everyone's just shopping. You go into Apple Store, I need 3 iPhones. It's like what? Like I'm not hating. Maybe I'm hating because no one's buying me an iPhone. Maybe that's why I'm hating low key. Maybe I just feel like that has nothing to do with Christmas.
Nothing.
Christmas is about Christ. Like, you know.
Yeah, remember the 3 Kingsmen? They gave their gifts. Oh, this and that. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. But you can't just pick up that part and just overdo it. Like, there's a lot it's about our Savior being born. Like, it's about bringing salvation to the world. Like, it's about a virgin giving birth to a child. It's about miracles. It's about grace. It's about like mercy. Like, it's about so many more things than just, oh, how many presents can you get your friend or your boyfriend or your child or your this. Like, it's not about that, honestly. Like, that's a part of it, but that's not the whole thing. And of course, we live in a capitalist society, so that's what they're going to push. That's their agenda. Like, stores are opening late. Like, why are you opening late? People go home and spend Valentine's with their family. Like, you shouldn't be out shopping. You don't need to be out till midnight during the holidays. It's not that serious. Like, what are you buying that you need to be out till midnight? Like, go home and spend time with your family. Go watch a movie with them. Like, go hang out with your kids. Like, you know, like, I just feel like America's just so stuck on the materialist aspect, and we buy into it as consumers because, you know, that's what we're told Christmas is about, giving gifts, which, like she said, is a part of it. We all remember the 3 wise men, so it's not like it's totally irrelevant. Like, you know, I'm not to be obnoxious, but just remember the reason for the season. Yes. So as we talk about this, we want you guys to let us know what you like about Christmas, what don't you like about Christmas. Is it your favorite holiday? You know, Christmas is a lot of people's favorite holiday. What do? Do you have a family tradition? Is it something that you guys usually do every Christmas?
Do you go back to Africa every year, or to the country?
Like, what do you do? Like, what
year?
makes Christmas fun for you? Leave it below in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe and like our video, share everything. And we'll see you guys next time. Merry Christmas!